Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your July 2021 general reading. I'm going to go ahead and pull 3 cards for each week and see what the overall energy is per week. And then I will show you the bottom of the deck to see what you don't see coming. And I will pull 1 card for a general energy for the month and then 1 advice card. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started as we maneuver through Cancer season, which should be a pretty mellow season for Taurus. And then at the end of the month, we go into Leo season. So let's see what we have for you this month of July. Okay, so for the first week of July, we have the 6 of Cups in reverse, the Judgment in reverse, and the Page of Wands in reverse. I must mention that when I was shuffling your cards, the cards were giving me a hard time to shuffle a bit. I felt them a bit stubborn, and I'm not just saying it because you're known to be stubborn, but it did kind of coincide, and I found that quite interesting and a little comical. I feel like we could be a little resistant or stubborn for whatever reason this month, but that's not for all of you, that's for some of you. Now with the 6 of Cups in reverse, it can usually talk about someone or something in the past currently on your mind, and maybe you're trying to move on from it. It's like maybe you're not trying to fall in some type of entrapment with the emotions from your past. You could be too busy looking backward and just, maybe letting your life pass by or opportunities pass by because you can't even see them. You're kind of maybe a little bit stuck. We want to focus more on ourselves, living in the present moment, maybe having some physical activity, working out, or just anything that can keep you busy and creative or entertained. Not to overwhelm yourself, but just to distract you, because there's a sense of feeling a little bit stuck and reminisceful, right? And maybe you don't want to be stuck anymore. Maybe you want to recover from the past and you want to get out of this funk. So this could also indicate a bit of misjudgment here with the Judgment in reverse. Maybe something played out unfairly. Maybe you took a wrong call or someone took a wrong call on you. But something here feels like unjustified, even though it's a judgment. But I feel like justice and judgment in a way kind of coincide, because it's still making some type of final decision, and when it's reversed, it might have not been the best, right? Not the best judgment. It's like we want to look back and rejudge it, reassess it, consider it, look at something again, right? Over a decision or an impression or a judgment that we've made in the past. With the Page of Wands here in reverse, it's not making an initiation and maybe a creative block for some of you, but not even making a gesture. I feel here it's like we're not moving forward. Maybe there's nothing on the table that we're interested in or curious about. We could be feeling again stuck here. I feel like there's some stagnant, stuck energy the first week of July. For the second week of July, we have the High Priestess in reverse, the King of Pentacles in reverse, and the 5 of Wands in reverse. The King of Pentacles stands out to me because I feel like this is you, kind of resembles you. It's the earth sign energy, it's Pentacles, it's a king, it's sitting on its throne, it's not worried about anything. The king has everything it needs, especially in the upright here. So it has more than what it needs, or just the right amount, but he's very well off for himself. Okay, he's confident. You see him looking at what he owns, the pentacle. He's not worried about much material wise. he's good. Like, this is not telling me, you know, you're gonna have like financial loss or worries with material wealth. I don't get that at all with this card. I feel like you're very much in a good place, better than what you've been perhaps in the past, but financially speaking and confidentially speaking, we're feeling good where we're at. So we've earned everything we have. The High Priestess in reverse, however, tells me that we might not be listening to our intuition. For some of you, maybe things are unclear or we just choose not to, like we don't want to move forward here with something. For others of you, this can play out in a way where there's secrets being revealed. It doesn't have to be bad secrets or anything like that. It could just be somebody coming clean, wanting to speak from the heart and their higher self. Like, somebody here wants to be honest. Maybe they were silenced and they want to talk or express themselves, what's been going through their soul lately. This can also, for others of you, represent being misguided. Maybe something that you thought, maybe something wasn't what it seemed at first, right? Maybe something changed and you felt like you misjudged something, right? Your gut like misled you. Maybe you're seeing a different side to a situation, a person. Again, it doesn't have to be bad, but just sometimes I feel with the High Priestess reverse, you're a little thrown off. It's like you feel not the most connected with yourself or the universe. It's like something here needs to be released, and we need to come back to connect with ourselves. The Knight of Wands in reverse talks about avoiding conflict or getting yourself out of conflict. This is also like competition. Maybe you feel like there's no competition out there, you miss someone, or there's no competition when it comes down to you. You don't feel like, you know, you need to compete, or you don't feel like anybody has much on you. You're good where you're at. You don't feel the need to argue. You don't need to feel the need to be in chaos. You don't feel the need to compete in any way, shape, or form. It's like you're exiting from that energy or avoiding it completely, you know, because it does talk about kind of being caught up in an argument or some type of chaos here. But when it's in reverse, it's like we're not trying to be there. We're trying to leave. We're maybe trying to resolve something that was conflict before, and we're trying to problem solve it or just avoid it, because fives talks about a challenge. So there's a challenge here we're overcoming or avoiding, but I feel like we're overcoming it. For the third week of July, we have the Tower in reverse, Justice in reverse, and I was just talking about it with the Judgment, and the Seven of Swords in the upright. So Justice, I feel it's again like Judgment in a way. They go hand in hand, except this could be for legal matters. I mean, they both can be, Judgment and Justice, but there's perhaps some type of imbalancement here in your life. Again, I feel like it's the High Priestess also playing out in the middle of July. It's like I feel like we don't feel like we're in the correct path, or our path could be better, right? Things are just out of balance. Something here is not fair or equal or justified the way it should be, or the way you feel like it should be. These are major arcana cards, so you know, it's like this wavelength of energy of something all of a sudden not feeling right, and maybe we want to address this. The Tower in reverse is avoiding chaos again, like with the Five of Wands. We're avoiding some type of destruction. We're avoiding a hot mess from happening. We're avoiding a redirection. For others of you, you want to go back to something that crumbled down and maybe want to rebuild it again or revisit this craziness, right? And it doesn't, again, have to be bad, but it's like we want to go back to the turning point here that changed our direction. With the Seven of Swords in the upright, it does talk about mischievous energy, possibly keeping secrets, not having the best intention or mindset at the moment. This could be missing out on something because we could not be seeing things clearly. Things are not everything is on the table. You see these two swords in the back, so it's like we're missing something here. We don't have everything that we need, maybe all the information that we need. Also, this could be like a creeper, like we're trying to be silent or creeping on something. But it could just also just be like silencing something or thinking thoughts. Well, thoughts are silent, but like trying to, maybe you're thinking about making a move, but in a very silent way where you're not really seeing. But you can miss something here with the Two of Swords there, right? But it just depends. It can play out very differently for many. But we're either moving in silence, we're trying to be quiet about something because we could be dishonest, or somebody here is dishonest, or we just simply don't want to talk right now. We just don't want to really be seen or heard. But I really feel like there's truth here that is hidden when I see it next to the Justice, the Tower reverse, the Judgment reverse, the High Priestess reverse. It's like something here is still not being talked about. For the 4th week of July, we have the Knight of Swords, the Death card, both in the upright, and the Eight of Cups in the upright. I feel, Taurus, that you're being very nostalgic, or someone is being nostalgic towards you. The Knight of Swords talks about fast movement, so there's like a rush of a conversation here. It could be quick, but like it's sudden, right? Sudden and straight to the point. There's no sugarcoating. It's like it could be like a quick deal on the table. It's just like something just gets blurted out, like, not much thought into it, just boom, here it is. The Death card is a Scorpio card, so you could be dealing with a Scorpio. It doesn't have to be, but there is some type of ending here, an ending of a cycle, an ending that needs to be taking place here in your life. And it is a major arcana card, so you will feel like something needs to end. You want to close the chapter here, and you want to walk away, because that Eight of Cups talks about walking away. Maybe you're trying to detach from something or someone, and the final week of July, the end of July, you finally do so. Maybe somebody here comes out of nowhere and ends things, right? Finally speaks up. Somebody finally says enough is enough, and maybe finds out things, or finally is in tune with themselves, and they're like, I need to go, I need to end this, I need to walk away. For some of you, I do have to say that when I see the Eight of Cups, usually it's temporary. Sometimes we temporarily walk away from something and maybe revisit it in the future, but not always. The Eight of Cups can also indicate of a break or walking into darkness, retreating, just leaving or trying to leave these emotions that can be brought up in the past or behind you, and not trying to be distracted by them. We want to push forward. Definitely walking away from something and towards something else. I feel like most of the month, to be honest, that's kind of what it keeps saying from week to week. It's like you have a lot of reversals, and so I feel like when it comes down to your money matters, you're good. If you're waiting on something, if you have a fear of not having enough money, or not getting a job, or anything materialist, like wealth, you're good. You're good in that aspect. Even if it's legal matters, you'll be good. You'll come out fine with that King of Pentacles. I feel like that's your strongest energy here, because the rest, I feel like there's work to be done. I feel like we could be in this stagnant energy and feeling like something just didn't play out correctly. And we could be playing it over and over in our head, trying to seek answers, but also at the very same time pushing through to move on and kind of taking the lessons with you. Some of you might want to return to something, or somebody might want to return for a few of you, but I think for the most part, you guys really want to move forward with something. There's definitely some type of ending, and I feel like that ending builds up from week to week until it finally gets done at the end of the month. So, endings are good. I know they can be sucky sometimes, but sometimes it can be an ending to something you were hoping ended. You know, it's like it's freedom. You know, not always all the endings are bad. Sometimes it's, you know, finally a sense of relief, right? So, but definitely I feel like we are a little bit exhausted with the way we've been feeling and trying to move forward. Some of you could realize that things were not like they were seemed at first. And, you know, this tower in reverse, it's like, I feel like somebody here is stuck if they want to end things or not, or if they want to redirect something. I feel like someone here is stuck. Someone wants to just get out of conflict and be peaceful. But then there's this Seven of Swords. It's like there's this other energy that is not letting you be peaceful. Maybe it's your own mind, right, with the swords. And then finally, I feel like you snap, or somebody here snaps and just says what they have to say. They don't sugarcoat anything. They're getting to the point, and they just decide to finally close a chapter and move on for their better self. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, Taurus, is the Fool in reverse. So the Fool in reverse has a hard time beginning something. You know, he can lose a little bit of faith. You know, he's not the most optimistic right now. It's like he needs a little bit of a boost. So what you don't see coming is maybe losing your faith with having to deal with whatever this is. I feel like whatever you're walking away from can leave you a little bit distraught, but nothing to, like, you know, lose sleep over. That's what I always say with tarot. It's take it lightly, and this won't apply to everybody, but definitely a time where I feel like you see the true colors to something, and some of you might want to avoid the conflict, but then towards the end, face whatever you have to face and release. For the major energy overall for the month of July for you is the Ace of Pentacles and the upright. Beautiful. So glad to see this. Again, when it comes down to money matters, you're good. Whatever it is, if anything's involving money, if you're waiting on an offer or you want to put an offer, the answer is yes, go for it, green light. If you want to purchase something, go for it. Whether if you want to invest something, go for it. It don't matter what you want to buy, whether it's a piece of clothing, a home, whatever it is, I feel like it's a big purchase, or it's just a big offer coming through, or a large lump sum of money, maybe a higher position. You know, regardless, your overall energy is about making the money, and a stability and being comfortable, and you know, it's like right at the heart here with the King of Pentacles. So I feel like you're gonna be good. I don't feel that you're in this huge funk. You're maybe disappointed, right? But I don't feel like you're losing sleep at all. I just feel like it comes up, you're gonna end up having to, you know, dismiss a situation that you're like, damn, it's kind of messed up how I had to do that, but I guess, you know, it's kind of more that. It's kind of more like freeing yourself from unhealthy people or surroundings, or energy, something maybe you could just be feeling. I feel like you finally let go. And you're good. No matter what, this could bring you better luck, and open more doors for you, whatever it may be. Your advice for July is a Page of Swords in reverse. So the Page of Swords, usually in the upright, is um, he's curious, but then he could be quite a bit conniving and can stir the pot, but especially when it's reversed. So don't stir the pot. Don't. I know it can be easy to kind of go into a negative mindset or be a bit pessimistic or distrustful when you're dealing with people that maybe are not so honest. And you can start to radiate that same energy, but don't. There's nothing to radiate above that, right? So the advice is to not let the situation get the best of you. You know, don't become close-minded or assume the worst or stir the pot more or involve yourself with someone who's immature and doing that if it's not you, you know. I feel like you will know the truth for sure. um, there's nothing that's gonna remain hidden. It might be hidden at the beginning of the month, but I feel like it's gonna eventually be released, whatever it is, and you will depart from it. And so the advice here is just don't get caught up in it. You know, don't allow it to get the best of you or allow it to just kind of make you be petty, right? And also to not be too open to people. I feel like right now things are a little bit tricky, so it's like I would just focus on the money like you're doing and see what the next month brings. I feel like this month is more about releasing and growing financially. I feel like it's great for that. I feel like you're on top of your game and you're going to do what you got to do to free yourself and you're going to start a new chapter. I definitely see that with a death card. When there's a death, there's always a new beginning, and I feel like the beginning is literally right around the corner for you, Taurus. So I wouldn't lose hope. Don't be in a funk or anything. It's just we all go through these phases, and right now it's a phase of seeing things for what they are and cutting ties and focusing on what does help us grow and what does make us feel safe, which to me is always a pinnacle, right? It's always stability. So with that, I will leave you, Taurus, and I will see you next week with your weekly reading.